Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to some Starcraft 2 action. And let's go ahead and check out today's combatants. In the bottom left corner, coming in the red Protoss, is going to be Dio. Pretty simple, fast name. And in the top left corner, coming in the blue Zerg, is going to be UCAP's Kalma. I'm going to go ahead and give this game a shot. It crashed about 3 to 4 times on me trying to just load the replay and get it going. It is on an older build, which is just one build back, but I think because of a lot of the Heart of the Swarm updates being thrown into the live Wings of Liberty version, we're starting to see some hiccups like that go on with older replays. So hopefully everything comes out smooth, and if you're watching it, it was at least airable. So we'll check that out and see how this goes. This is going to be a Masters League match on the ladder, so we'll see how these two guys do go up against one another. Looks like Dio's going to find Kalma pretty dang easily, luckily going right to the first spot that he's at. No issues going to be there for him. And of course, Kalma's overlords should find Dio in no time as well. I don't see either player going for any kind of rush yet at all. Both of them just working on their economies for now. Obviously droning up and probing up. We do have a pylon way up here. That's not going to be very effective at blocking off this ramp, but I don't think he's going to be going for that. He wants to block this off, if anything, to get that natural included in his kind of wall off. Unfortunately for him, if Kalma had gone for some sort of rush, that could have ended quite sourly, but neither player is doing that at this time. Looks like this probe is going to be going for some expansion blocking. However, Kalma's going to bring down 2 drones, should easily take this probe out pretty quickly. He's going to throw a pylon down, though, and that is going to effectively block that expansion for a little while. I would expect Kalma to possibly take one of those drones over to the third. Unfortunately, Dio's going right for the third as well, so going to get some nice blocking down by Dio. For the moment, though, Dio's going to grab his natural expansion, so he's going to be ahead of Kalma at this time. And effectively blocking off 2 expansions right now. Dio being a pain in the rear to Kalma. And going to throw up a second pylon as well and send that probe home, I would assume. If he was really crazy, he could even go for blocking off this 4th and really drive Kalma nuts. A little extractor trick there by Kalma, getting a few more drones out. And that pylon going to take a while. That one getting canceled, I believe. I didn't see a cancel dollar amount there. Hopefully Dio canceled that, doesn't want to be losing those free minerals. A forge now up for Dio. Sorry there, the little hiccup. Hopefully it didn't pick up in the recording. I probably cut it out. But anyways, a few Zerglings up for Kalma as well. Dio throwing up a forge, a gateway, a cannon as well. So that wall starting to move in quite nicely. Obviously his expansion continuing to construct. Kalma now has his second as well as his third going down, or Nat and third, whatever you want to call them. A few Lings on the field as well. So both players starting to move along quite nicely. There, of course, is Kalma's spawning pool way back there. I'm going to test this. Okay, it's not working yet either. As I've said many times, the Heart of the Swarm has added quite a bit of casting stuff, and one of them is you can click on these guys in the production tab and go right to them. So if I clicked on that queen, it would go bloop and show me wherever the queen is. Not actually over there. Where is that queen? Oh, right there. Well, how did I miss that? I was staring right at it, wasn't I? Or it wasn't up yet, and that was production. I don't know. Whatever. And looks like that is pretty much going to complete the wall off. Probably throw a zealot there to complete that completely. That was a lot of completing. A probe going up for scouting again. Obviously some Lings tailing him. Gonna make quick work of him. Maybe that's where that queen went. That's gotta be it. Or that queen went down there. These queens are just being little buggers. They're running away from me. There's another one gonna pop up. Either way, there are 3 queens on the field. I don't think one ever got killed. I think it just moved to one of the other bases and I didn't see where it went. The probe gonna get in here, get pretty much all the scouting info or not. He's dead. Not anything he would have discovered, but of course now having not seen it is more powerful for Kalma, having the mystery there. You know, there could be a roach warren up or Baneling nest, and unfortunately Dio's just not going to know that for now. Getting some fairly good amount of drones on the natural over here, which I guess is now the natural, but the second, we'll call it. It's still a third, whatever. So the natural just kind of weak at the moment, and the third taking more drones for it now. It doesn't really matter, you know, whatever, put them wherever. What I'm liking, though, is the creep spread for Kalma starting to get going. We do have a tumor, obviously, over there. Roach Warren and double Evo Chamber coming up. Very nice. Placement's interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing them right here to try and create a pseudo wall, but not a big deal. Again, as long as you have those buildings, that's more important, really. But yeah, creep spread's starting to go. Not terribly massive at this time. I wanted to say flamboyant. Can creep spread be flamboyant? I don't think that's a thing. Either way, obviously Kalma now sitting on more bases than Dio has been for a little while, and Dio should be okay with that for now. He is obviously going to need to concern himself with that, though. If Kalma starts grabbing a fourth or a fifth, that would obviously start creating issues for Dio considerably. Dio grabbing quite a few more gateways here, and that obviously is going to come in handy, especially with Warp Gate nearly being done. A little behind on that. It is done now, but he hasn't needed it. I guess it isn't done yet. Almost done. He just hasn't needed it lately, so that is going to obviously come in handy. As you really can't play without it. Hey, Lings, they're going to town on rocks. So nothing going down just yet. Both players are pretty much turtling at the moment. I mean, it's not really turtling. They don't really have any units. They're more teching, really. So obviously plenty of gateways coming down for Dio. He's going to be sitting on 4 gateways. He's also got a Twilight Council on the way. Going to be looking for some higher tier units soon. Immortal going to be coming down as well. Those rocks are still just getting beat on. That is taking forever with 3 sentries and 1 cannon. Kalma very nicely getting plenty of overlords all over the map, starting to poop them all over the map. He's going to pop them at all these expansions, do what he can for them. Obviously keep a big eye on them. Quite a few spine crawlers going up there as well for Kalma. Obviously some nice defense to come in. Quite a few Lings on the field now for Kalma, a few Roaches as well. And he definitely has the superior army at the moment. Dio mostly just sitting on sentries and an Immortal. And obviously that isn't too powerful. But some Zealots starting to be warped in, and obviously now that the Warp Gate is up, we're going to start seeing a lot of that coming in. And a lot of Zerglings and Roaches spreading down the hill. There is the lair. I was wondering if there was a lair on the field. I figured there would be by now. 1-1, almost about to finish for Kalma. I would expect possibly a timing push with those. And there goes the melee, and there goes the armor. He is done there. Let's see if he pushes out now, if he's waiting for something else to appear. A macro hatch coming up for Kalma. Gonna be wanting more drones and workers, and I guess drones are workers. All that good stuff, and a huge attack coming in here, just meeting a massive wall. Tons of force fields going down. Those Zerglings are just fodder right now. Unfortunately, all that's really here shooting is a bunch of sentries. But I guess there are a few cannons now as well, and that was just enough. Kalma did have to get out of there, just kind of hitting his head against a energy wall there of buildings and shields. So nice defend by Dio, considering he didn't have a ton of units. Obviously the cannons coming in was pretty helpful. Sentries don't do too much damage. So pretty much thwarted. Kalma going to be looking for something else to do with that, and of course you just saw a Baneling Nest finish. He's got a Spire on the way, as well as with Zergling 2-2, so that is going to come in handy as well. Where is that Spire at? Right there. A lot of stuff in his third here. He's putting a lot of eggs in that basket, as you might say. The fourth now going up for Kalma. Again, as I said earlier, that is going to be crucial, especially with this third pretty well now established by Dio. Kalma's going to need that fourth and possibly even a fifth to work on. I do see centrifugal hooks coming out for the Banelings for Kalma. That obviously will be coming in handy as well. A few mutas on the way now, as well as Zerg Flyer attacks. And is this another hatchery, or is that the same one? No, that's the fifth coming up. Fourth, rather. That's a fourth. There is an Ob sitting here spying on the stuff, so of course Dio's going to know that there are some mutas on the way. Kalma seems to be taking out these rocks. I'm not sure if he's looking to expand here or if he just wants more mobility on the map for his Zerglings and stuff to run around. Both being good ideas, and I can't argue with either one. So the rocks are going to be cleared out and create a lot of options for Kalma to move around. Plenty of Overlords starting to spit creep on the map in different spots. I'm not sure entirely what they're doing. Just blocking things up, I guess, or making quicker run patches. But we do have a big bulk of mutas starting to sit over here in the left corner. Infestation pit on the way as well. As the mutas move in, they're going to be pretty much uncontested. There are a few cannons on the high ground there. They can outrange them if they do it just right. Unfortunately, it's a lot of damage coming in. Blink Stalkers moving in. I'm going to chase those mutas out of there. Not going to be able to do any damage on that footnote, rather. And as I said, we did have an infestation pit just finishing. There it is right there. A few more mutas streaming down the map as well. Looks like 2-2 has just finished for melee ground Zerg. And air coming in as well. I do see a Colossi coming in, or Colossus rather, coming in for Dio. It is not his first either. Does he have Thermal Lance? It looks like he does indeed have Thermal Lance. So obviously those Colossi are going to be pretty dang important, especially against this mass of Zergling. How many Zergling is that? Oh my gosh. 111 Zergling on the map. That is rather nuts. I would expect quite a few Banelings to be morphed in as well. It's just kind of makes sense with that many Zergling. The 4th now up and operational. 5th on the way for Kalma, making very good use of the northern part of the map. And there we do have the hive coming in. Going to be very valuable. Going to be needing those higher tier units sooner or later. Kalma is. And ooh, 2 Nidus networks. I saw the first Nidus network, but we have 2 Nidus networks coming up. The only downside here is it is kind of way out of the way. It could be vulnerable if Dio gets up here in Kalma's face. Kalma now is maxed at 200. Dio pretty close as well. I do see a lot of spine crawlers starting to come up. Probably using up some of those drones to get some more units on the field. Or just spending minerals, one of the two, as he is sitting on 23, almost 2,400 minerals. So we do now have 2 Nidus networks on the map, and those are going to be very useful for double attacks, possibly even triple attacks if he just takes his units down there in the raw. And look at that, loading up double the Zergling. That is nuts. Now obviously these are linked, so he can put out one worm and eject all those Zergling that just went in from one spot. And there we do have 2 Nidus worms coming up right away. Fortunately for Kalma, the entire army of Dio is right there to see that and stop it. Not going to be any sneaks attacks from that direction today. Now this Overlord is moving out. Of course, unfortunately, Kalma doesn't know that Obs is here, and fortunately for Dio, he's going to know that Overlord is on the way. I would expect some worms here, possibly over here. Obviously, that's probably a bad choice with those cannons, but that is something to keep an eye on. I'm going to have to try and watch the minimap a lot. Another note is Kalma's got a very nice creep spread. It's pretty much spanned the entire map, getting very close to Dio's base, and that'll be, of course, dangerous for Dio. Do have a Nidus worm coming into the 3rd here. I believe that's the 3rd. And the probes are now on it. I would expect the army to be on the way. Unfortunately, there's another worm coming down in the south, and this worm is just about to finish. Will anything eject? No, nothing's going to eject from that. Go down south, though, and worms starting to spit blings out. The secondary worm did get taken out. I don't know if Kalma destroyed that on his own or what. But not a lot of lings going to be out of here before this army arrives. And a few lings going to do a little bit of damage. A couple cannons going to go down. But not too much out of that. These lings are just running into a slaughter pit. That is just wrong. And at this point, Kalma doesn't need to cut his losses here. Lurglings left and right. And going to chase that Overlord off for the moment. Starting to get a little hairy for Dio, but nothing too insane. He's just got to stay on his toes and keep countering that. Check out the production versus Kalma and Dio right now. We have Ultralisks, a lot of Ultralisks on the way. Crackling upgrades, armor, and melee, and just nothing out of Dio. That's a very telling sign. I mean, look at his upgrades. That is very sad to see. I mean, no armor even. He has shields and ground 1. I mean, really. I'm not sure what Dio's doing here. I mean, he's sitting on so much money. He should be getting every upgrade in the game right now. just because it exists and he has the money. So he's going to walk around, clear out a few overlords. That's not going to do much of anything. And a huge Ultralisk Ling Mutaball going to move down south. And if this hits into UCAP, or if Kalma, UCAP Kalma's and Dio's armies hit right here, this is just going to be a bloody freaking massacre right into the heart of those Colossus trying to get at them. The Mutas are sniping them out. Ultralisk going straight for the Immortals, trying to cleave those guys to death. Going to get into the Stalkers soon. The Immortals, or the Colossus, are all gone. And Dio calls the GG. So a little bit of harassment with Nidus Worms, and then just a huge tech switch to the Ultralisks and just runs over Dio's base. But honestly, the tale of this game, Dio got no upgrades. Like, what? Oh. If Dio had gotten upgrades, he might have been in this game. It obviously would have been a lot closer. Either way, congrats to Kalma. Thanks for sending in this game. I casted it 4 or 5 times, and it kept crashing. But I got it this time, so should be uploaded. Well, it is uploaded because you're watching it. Whatever. If you guys want me to cast your StarCraft 2 games, you can send those to Zoronden@gmail.com. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, whatever. So I can bring you more StarCraft 2. And that's going to do it, guys. I have been Zoronden. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all next time.